to another episode of my so-called Xennial life. And continuing on with the month of Korn, I am going to talk about the Korn concert I saw last night. May look a little tired because my ears are still ringing, and that did not help me in trying to go to sleep last night. I was up really late. Luckily, I don't have to work today, and even if I did, I think I'm going to take the day off because I'm so tired. But I wanted to do I want to do a video with the concert still fresh in my head so I could talk about it and kind of compare it to the concert I saw back in 2000. First off, the big differences between the one I saw in 2000 and the one I saw in 2022 is that the first concert, David, the drummer, was not there. He hurt his hand. So the drummer from Faith No More, whose name I'm totally forgetting, had to fill in. So I only saw four of the members. However, in 2022, not only is David out of the band, Reginald wasn't there. Reginald was replaced by a guy from Suicidal Tendencies, whose name I'm also kind of blanking off the top of my head. So I will probably never see Korn with all the original five members because it doesn't look like David is getting along with most of the members of Korn. I think he does get along with James, but that's about it. I mean, never say never. Brian left for a while, and then he came back. And I think there's no doubt that Reginald will come back eventually. You know, he's having issues, personal issues that he needs to deal with. So that's the only bummer part. So far I've not seen them all with all the original members, whether it's 2000 or 2022. At the first concert, the opening act was Stained, who hadn't breaking through yet. And I did see Stain again years and years later when they went mainstream. There was another group that I didn't really pay attention to. I believe it was called Mindless Self-Indulgence. This time around, it was Code Orange and Chevelle, and they were good. I actually like Code Orange. Code Orange is like really hardcore, screaming, aggressive metal. So I did like them better than Mindless Self-Indulgence. And I will say I liked them a little bit better than Stained. I just like that kind of music. Chevelle was good. Even though I only really know one song from them, The Red, the most famous one. But it was good. They really got the audience pumped up, and they sounded excellent. Back in 2000, I was in the stands, quite far away. I wouldn't say I was like in the nosebleed section, and then I actually moved to another section, like setting up in the hallway to the main lobby area. Nobody seemed to have a problem that I was standing there. I didn't take anybody's seats. This time around, I got the front and the main floor. That was so great. I didn't go in the mosh pit, and I was kind of more like towards the side. So while in 2000 I was like quite far, and like I said, I could see them. It wasn't like they were ants or anything like that. My friend who was with me that time, I think his name was Mike, he actually stormed the floor and actually got onto the ground floor area, which he didn't have a ticket for. Naughty. Me, I had a ticket, so I was good. I'm an angel, so I've been told. So, but because I was in 2022, because I was in the front, I actually could see them perfectly, especially Brian. Brian was in that section where I was David, David and James were kind of a little bit more further to the right of me, though I can still see them, and they often moved around, so many times they were like right there in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I can almost touch you. And so I liked it better that I got a lot closer. This is actually probably the closest I've ever been in a concert, which was, the guardrail here and the stage right there. It was great. Both concerts, some of the same songs were played, and mostly because it was their bigger hits. Now, when I saw them back in 2000, only four albums had come out. Self-titled, Life is Peachy, Follow the Leader, and Issues. Now there's a lot more, everything from the Untouchables to Requiem. So I have to say, I don't know, 8 or 9 more. So there was a few other songs that I haven't heard live. Here to Stay, Coming Undone, Forgotten. But then there were some that were played both, such as Got the Life, Freak on a Leash, Falling Away from Me, It's On, were both played. Some of the songs they did perform were not their own, they were like cover. They did do One by Metallica. And then I believe during the song Clown, all of a sudden they went into We Will Rock You from Queen. I thought that was pretty cool. So some songs that I heard back in 2000 that were not played in 2022 were For You from Issues, Kill You. I'm pretty sure Kill You was played back in 2000. And Make Me Bad, I think, was another one that was not played now. But like I said, I heard a bunch of new songs that I haven't heard live before. So that was great. Now the question is, how do they sound today compared to 2000? Now, obviously, like everybody, our fellow Xennials, Gen Xers, they're getting old. We're all getting up there in years. Jonathan Davis is 51. But you know what? They still sound pretty damn good, and they are still full of energy. They definitely have more energy than I did. Now, I know Jonathan Davis actually had COVID several months ago, and I know for a while he was sitting down because he had no energy, but it does appear he has recovered because that guy was bouncing around like crazy. Good for him. Another big difference between the two concerts that kind of makes me feel a little old. Back in 2000, the age definitely was late teens, early 20s. I will say now the average age was definitely in their 40s. There was definitely a lot of young people there, in their teens, but some of those teenagers were with their parents. There was these two girls, two daughters and a niece, and their mother brought them to the Korn concert. She had to be, I want to say, in her 40s. And I'm like, shit, I'm fucking old. Hi, Joey. And speaking of fucking, yeah, Jonathan Davis definitely has a mouth like a trucker. Good for him. That to me, that's funny. I think sometimes, especially when some of the songs like "Y'all Want a Single," which is like the F words constantly, but some of his regular speaking, he definitely likes to curse a lot. He's like Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Either they joined them, they were surrounded by people in the military, or surrounded by people who are truckers. They definitely had potty mouths, but whatever, fuck that. And another big difference from 2000 to now is a cell phone. I did not have a cell phone back in 2000. Cell phones weren't really that common. I mean, there were people who had it, but payphones were still a thing. So because of that, and I had a cell phone now, I actually was able to record several clips that I now will play. Now, I am not into like spending the entire concert with a phone like this. That is no fun. So some of these clips are definitely shorter, because if they were my favorite song, I may record maybe a 40 to 50 seconds, maybe over a minute, depending on the song. Because then I put the phone away and I'm enjoying it. I don't want to have a freaking phone in my face the entire time. But there were so many songs I wanted to hear that I did record several clips. The only one that I recorded most of it would have been Falling Away From Me, because that was one of my favorite songs. I did record like 4 minutes of that, but I won't play the entire one. You will notice that I do sing along, and from what I understand, my singing is pretty atrocious. I didn't think anybody would hear me. The music was so loud. I didn't think anybody, but when I'm listening on the phone, I can kind of hear my bad singing, but you know what? I was having fun. So anyway, here are the clips.
fucking play for y'all tonight!
Yeah!
Check it out, y'all. This year we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the album Untouchables. How many out there love that album? I love that fucking record. Tell me. It was an album that could never be made in this day. It was a crazy fucking ass journey, so when we got together, we decided we're gonna play a song to celebrate this anniversary, and it is a song we never really ever play.
Oh, yeah.
This song is called No One's There. I want that shit to be on my fucking cat back. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Fingers up. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck that!
Say fuck that.
Fuck that, fuck that. You all want to see me say fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that. You all want to see me say fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that. You all want to see me say fuck that.
And we chose this song to be the last song of the night. Because this is the song that started this motherfucker! So let's get crazy, be safe, and have a good time, y'all. See what y'all can do.
Well, March is halfway done, and now the big event, the concert, is now done. So I will be back with one more episode, Korn-based episode for this month. I think I know what I will do, and then that'll be it. Well, I'm sure I'll do some other Korn videos, but like I said, this will just be just for this month. Anyway, like, subscribe, and share, and see you next time.